All right, let's check out Meghan's newest acting job in this coffee advertisement. Thanks, Nadine, for telling me about this, and I'm getting to your other suggestions soon. Let's check it out.
I want to give a huge shout out to our amazing, clever team here at HQ. Without them,
All right, the first impression I had was just bad production quality. We haven't seen, oh, we can see Meghan there in the back, but bad production quality, really weird music, like wow, 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 or whatever. So the idea that I got right away was that this woman who runs the company probably has trust fund money, and her and Meghan really connected on that kind of like privileged people who don't really have much competence and like to view themselves as victims and whatnot, and end up being right.
on thing, all fulfillment crew, lovingly packing
Wow,
your lattes.
look at
We've been
Meghan
listening to Britney
Markle in the
on loop since
background.
2019.
That's amazing. So what I'm getting from that as well, I think they're trying to do like a celebrity cameo. I've seen stuff like that where it'll be like funny. Like there was some video where it was some like one of the best baseball players in the world. I'm not into baseball. A lot of you in the UK, we in the US think it's boring as well. But anyways, he was still pretty famous for his sport, and they had him like carrying around bags in the back in a disguise, and that could be funny, like someone who's actually really famous. So I feel like she's trying to like act like this role. It's like, oh my gosh, it's Meghan Markle in the background, haha, it's so funny, she's such a big deal. But it doesn't really work. Again, I see that repeatedly from her. Like she tries to play these roles that work if you're like ultra famous, that are kind of super arrogant. So yeah.
All very smart, only slightly nerdy digital team, making sure the website doesn't crash again like it did last year. Finally,
The vibe of this coffee brand too, it's just like really obviously like, oh, we're for people who just have money to throw around, who didn't earn that money themselves, who want to be like the cool image with their like glasses that they might not even need or aren't even the right prescription. And it was funny, I read for the website, of course, the first credential was women owned. Now, here's the thing, I think it's awesome if you're a woman and you run a business, but if your credential, you're like, that's the first thing about your business? Like, that's so bizarre. Like, if you're a woman running your business, I want to hear about your business. It's very bizarre to me, this thing like, I'm a woman-owned business. I feel like I tend to hear that a lot from like women like this woman or Meghan Markle, who they came from money, they came from like an easy life. Like I went to school with a girl, his father was a doctor, literally like their family's making $500,000 a year, and she was so obsessed with like, oh, I have to overcome things. I think it's just, again, that tribal thing. And again, I feel like I get the vibe from this lady like Meghan Markle, both where they're into all this rah-rah woman owned, but then they treat other women like trash.
the glue that literally holds us all together. Our incredible, resilient fulfillment team that have helped make
It's so
2022 such a big success.
So I feel like the whole ad was just awful. Megan's involvement was bad, but I also feel like it was really arrogant. Like her missing the fist bump, and then they were laughing like, oh, look at this, her inside joke. I remember seeing there was a liquor company, and they were doing the same thing. Their whole social media, it was two guys in this case, was about like, look at us, look at our jokes, look at how cool we are. It was more about like them, like look how cool and hip we are. And that business miserably failed. I knew of them because a friend of mine, or more of a mentor, was being asked to invest in them. So this is the same vibe I get from that, is look at us with our inside jokes. They don't really care about their customers. They're very arrogant and entitled. It's like, look at me, you know, I come from money. Look at Meghan, you should buy our stuff because we've been taught that we're very important people and deserve it, but not actually telling us anything that benefits us from buying their business, which I think is nonsense. We don't owe them anything. We don't have to buy their stuff. They have to prove to us why we should buy it, because they're going to benefit from our being customers.